Good morning. It's Wednesday, the 15th of April, the Wednesday of Easter week, and it's another beautiful sunny morning here in Northumberland. At the prayer later today, in a few minutes, there will only be one reading, and that's simply because it's quite a long one, and technically we have problems with uploading services that are more than about 15 or 16 minutes. Therefore, the Acts reading, Acts 3, 1 to 10, will not be read. You can read it at home, Acts 3, 1 to 10. But I'll be reading the reading from St. Luke's Gospel, chapter 24, what we call the Road to Emmaus. This is a very powerful reading, and it brings together in this walk of Jesus and the disciples two things that we cherish as Christians. Jesus reveals to the disciples in that walk, through the unfolding of Scripture, the way into understanding his resurrection. And then he is made known to the disciples in the breaking of the bread, the word and the sacrament. And this is a perfect, if you like, image of our Eucharistic worship on a weekday or a Sunday. The word and the sacrament, surrounded in our prayer and praise of God. For these last few weeks, most of us have not been experiencing part of this in our worship. We've not been experiencing the sacramental part, knowing Jesus in the breaking of the bread. I personally decided at the beginning of this lockdown that I wouldn't habitually celebrate the Eucharist. Some priests have taken a different view, and it's an equally valid view. They continue to preside either alone or with a family member and continue to offer the Eucharist, sometimes on weekdays, sometimes on Sundays, sometimes every day. And that's part of their spirituality. That's fine. I felt myself I didn't want to, in a way, celebrate the Eucharist without the greater community, the gathered members of Christianity, of the Church. And so, except on Easter Day, when I felt it was only right to celebrate the Eucharist, I haven't done so. And so we have this separation between knowing Jesus in the Word, knowing Jesus in the prayer, and our experience of him in the sacrament. And therefore I long even more for the day when we will come together in our own churches and share the sacrament again, share the life of Jesus, his body, his blood, and to know him, as the Gospel says, in the breaking of the bread. We can know Jesus, though, in other ways. David Adam, in one of his meditations, says we can know Jesus in the breaking of the bread and in the breaking of the heart. We can know Jesus in the breaking of the bread and in the dawn and in the evening. What we have to do when we are denied this opportunity to know Jesus in the breaking of the bread is to be more aware of the other ways in which he comes to us, and to look, to feel and experience his touch. Mother Julian has something to say about this, I think. And when we have fallen through frailty or blindness, then our courteous Lord touches us, stirs and calls us. He wills that we should see our wretchedness and humbly acknowledge it, but he does not will that we should stay like this. Nor does he will that we should busy ourselves with too much self-accusation. Nor it is his will that we should despise ourselves, but he wills that we should quickly turn to him. He is quick to clasp us to himself, for we are his joy and his delight. He is our salvation and our life. Wonderful and splendid is the place where the Lord lives, and therefore it is his will that we turn quickly at his gracious touch, rejoicing more in the fullness of his love than sorrowing over our failures. In every situation, situations of failure, situations of loss, situations of pain, we can turn to the Lord and feel his touch and pray that his touch will sustain us through this time. May God bless us all.